Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at HyperIBF.com. Should you be automating on Instagram? Let's find out. My name is Ethan, and I have a decade of Instagram marketing experience, and today, we're going to take a closer look at HyperIBF.com. Real quick, before we start the review, I have reviewed over 70 different Instagram growth services. So if you want to see my list from best to worst and you want to see where all of these growth services ranked and which ones are the best ones, please go to ascendviral.com/grades after the video. Also, I release a nearly 3-hour completely free Instagram marketing course that's available on this YouTube channel. And Josh Ryan, a friend of the channel, very popular Instagram marketing YouTuber, also released his course for free on this channel. Both of those links are in the description below. Now, let's start the review. Hey, so we're going to be checking out HyperIBF. I think that's how you pronounce this. HyperIBF. We're going to be checking it out. And I'm going to just be talking a little bit about whether or not you should be automating on Instagram if you're looking for Instagram growth, because I have a lot of insights about this. But before we get into that, we're going to be judging HyperIBF on my 5-star grading scale. And if you're unfamiliar with the 5-star grading scale, let me explain it to you. Can you tell that I've done this a lot? Let me explain it to you right now. All growth services are ranked from 0 to 5 stars. The grading rubric is as follows. Number 1, is there a focus on the user's content? Good content is the key to growth. A service should assist in helping the user create better content or give coaching advice on how to improve their current content strategy. Some kind of content assistant earns a star. Number 2, what type of growth is it? Does this growth strategy that the service used go against the Instagram's terms of service? Or is it a legitimate growth strategy? A legitimate ethical growth strategy earns a star. Number 3, is it manual or is it a bot? Does the service incorporate some kind of AI, software, bot, or some kind of automation that goes against Instagram's terms of service? Or is it a manual service performed by hand on a real phone? Any kind of manual service, which is preferred, earns a star. Number 4, is there a free trial or growth guarantee? Does the service offer some kind of free trial or some kind of satisfaction or growth guarantee? A free trial earns half a star, and a satisfaction or growth guarantee earns half a star. Number 5, who is running the company? Can the owner or the actual team information be easily found on the website? If the owner or the team information can be easily identified, they earn a star. All right, so Instagram automation. Let's talk about it. Question number 1, does Instagram automation work effectively as an Instagram growth tool in 2024 or 2025 if you're watching this video, or 2026, whatever? Does it work to grow your Instagram account using automation, as in automatic follow, automatic unfollow, auto like, auto comment, auto story view, any kind of auto? Does it work? Can you gain Instagram followers? I have a lot of experience. By the way, I won't tease you guys. The answer is no, but let me explain. I have a lot of experience with Instagram automation. I'm pretty open about this in the course that I created, my free Instagram course. And I used to be more in touch with like the automation and like kind of like the gray hat, black hat stuff back in like 2016, 2015, because I was just a college kid and I was stupid and I wanted to make money. So I was like, yeah, how do you game the system? Instagram, right? Fortunately, I have not been doing that for almost a decade now. But long story short, Instagram automation used to work back in like 2016, 2017, 2018. Instagram's algorithm was really bad at detecting when people were using bots to gain followers. And the whole concept of gaining followers with Instagram automation tools is, you load up your account, you log into your Instagram account on one of these softwares, and you specify what kind of people you want to target. And then the bot would automatically follow and unfollow, like, comment thousands of accounts every month in order to gain followers for you. Because if you can send notifications to 1,000 accounts, and 1,000 accounts saw it automatically, then you could gain followers that way. And obviously, since you were able to do this in like 2016, 2017, it got exploited super hard, and there was more spam back then than there is now on Instagram, believe it or not. And Instagram took a ton of action on it. I'm not in the black hat world anymore. I'm not in the gray hat world anymore. But I know plenty of people who still are, and they haven't been able to do anything with Instagram automation for years. So every now and then sites will come around and say, we cracked the code, we can automate safely. I think they even say this here, Instagram bot safety and account security. Listen, guys, it's not worth it, because especially if it's an account that you care about. And this is, I think, I talk about this in my course a little bit too, I think. You should never do anything remotely against Instagram's terms of service on any type of account that you genuinely care about. And this is not, by the way, that's not a recommendation to do it on accounts you don't care about, because from my experience and from my understanding, even people who are trying to game the system on Instagram right now are failing with custom tools. Like, they're unable to automate on Instagram with highly advanced custom tools. So whenever you see like a tool that comes to market, usually it's not a custom tool. Usually it's a money grab. Now, I'm sure to some extent, there's some elements of this software that work currently right now. However, you shouldn't do it because Instagram knows, Instagram knows when accounts are doing it. And Instagram's meta algorithm is going to evolve so much faster than, the solo developers who are putting this together. They don't stand a chance. So if you shouldn't be a software like this bragging about bot detection, because it's truly only a matter of time before Instagram can find the footprint where they can detect every single account that is using HyperIBF, and they can detect, and they've done this in the past. There's been so many other automation softwares in the past where Instagram can detect it, and Instagram is definitely more harsh towards accounts that automate than accounts that buy fake followers, 100%. Because the whole idea of that you're automating on Instagram is a very willful act against Instagram, and Instagram is not a fan of that. In theory, you could buy fake followers for your friends, right? So there's this whole idea that, yeah, you shouldn't buy fake followers and they don't do anything, but are they actually going to get you banned? Most likely not. Would something like this get you banned? Yes. Now, again, this is not a recommendation that you guys should do this. It's not a recommendation that you should automate on Instagram. Absolutely not. I'm just giving you my experience from being in the Instagram marketing world for a decade. People like Gary Vee and people like these high-level social media influencers, they don't talk about this kind of stuff because they weren't in the trenches like a decade ago. And they also, they didn't have an unethical type past. And I'm not saying I really had an unethical past, but whenever you are like willfully breaking the TOS of major services, it's not good. And I found that out. I talk about it in my course. Like, you find out like, hey, do you know what's better than automating? Growing organically, because you're not going to be at risk of losing everything like that. So it's a lesson that I learned back in the day, been open about it, and it brought me to where I'm at now, where I'm helping people navigate away from this, because it truly is better to gain followers the correct way. The whole idea behind this is you're gaining followers incorrectly and you're likely damaging your account. It's not worth it. You want to invest in the long term. Instagram isn't going to go away. TikTok might. As I'm filming this, like, TikTok actually has a strong chance of getting banned in the United States. I don't know if it'll actually happen. Probably not. The betting markets are kind of iffy on it right now. But Instagram's not going to go away. Build a long-term ethical strategy. It's such good advice. Don't try to cheat your way. Don't try to do things like this. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm too honest on these reviews because I just ramble. I don't have a script or anything. So I just ramble. And I don't like the fact that I was like kind of just saying like, yeah, I used to do this kind of stuff way back in the day. But I say that as a preface so you understand that the people who are successfully automating on Instagram right now, which there's barely anybody, if anybody at all, right? and it doesn't last, and it's very short term, they are using custom tools. They are not using tools that you can buy for $12 a month, 12 euros a month. Back in 2016, you could get away with it. Back in the day, you could get away with $12 a month because Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg, those guys, they were sleeping at the wheel a little bit, or the technology just wasn't good enough to where they could like detect automation, or it just wasn't a big concern of theirs. Now it is a big concern of theirs. Now they care. Now they don't want spam on their platform. Now they don't want fake accounts on their platform. Now they don't want people automating on their platform. Like, this is very clearly against the TOS. I could pull up the Instagram terms of service right now, but they say if you access the platform through like unauthorized automated means, it's no good. That's in their TOS. It's in their community guidelines, or, you know, it's one of those pages where they talk about it. So yeah, I wouldn't do this. Like, and I've been an advocate forever. Do things the right way. Do things the right way. This is not going to give you the results you're looking for, because even if you were in the 0.1% or 1.1% or 1% or 1% or 1% of people who are successfully, unethically damaging Instagram's TOS, like, they are doing it with massive budgets and custom software. They are not doing it with tools like this. Now, in theory, if this wasn't damaging Instagram's TOS, if this wasn't against Instagram's TOS, and if this service was working and you didn't have to risk, you know, banning people, if you didn't have to risk, you know, your account getting banned, and like, you know, like ideal circumstances on paper, this is like what you want. But what I mean by that is you want to interact with people. You want to follow people. You want to like people. If you're just starting off on Instagram, your mindset should be, I need to make friends. That's a good way to think about it. I need to make as many friends and connections as I possibly can, because they will give me the building block for exponential growth with my content later. That's kind of like how I like visualizing it. It's actually super hard to go viral on Instagram starting from actual zero. Like, you do kind of need, I've just noticed this from, you know, the thousands of clients that we've helped at Ascend Viral. You need a building block. You need to have a network of people who actually like your content, because then Instagram's algorithm can find more people through the algorithm who are similar to the people that are already liking your content. But if you don't have people in the beginning that like your content, then Instagram really doesn't know where to go with it. Maybe that'll change in a couple of years. I think the way AI is advancing, maybe you could truly create viral content and great content with no starting audience. But right now, I think you need a starting audience, and I think you should do it manually. You shouldn't do it through automation. And, you know, to kind of segue, that's what my service does, is that we connect you with an Instagram expert who manually, like, learns everything about your Instagram account and then tries to find people who would be interested in your content. Real people, not fake followers. And we don't do automation of any kind. So you could, if you're interested, by the way, ascendviral.com/followers. Check it out, 5-day free trial. But, you know, Instagram automation is tough, because there's a part of me that's like, I get it. I understand it. It's appealing, but it doesn't really work. Instagram hates it. And it's not a sustainable long-term strategy. If it was any other way, I would have a glowing review for these websites, and I'd probably try these websites. But it's suicide, in my opinion, my decade of Instagram marketing opinion. It's late. It's suicide to do stuff like this. Like, Instagram just has a target on people's backs who are automating. So I would avoid it, regardless of what they say. Don't break Instagram's, or regardless of what HyperIBF says. Your mindset should be, I don't want to break Instagram's terms of service, because I'm so optimistic on the future of Instagram. And this is coming from somebody who typically doesn't like Instagram, even though I shouldn't say I don't like Instagram, but I've been very confused by Instagram's actions in the past on why they do certain things. Like when they released IGTV, I thought that was stupid. You probably forgot about that. Do you remember IGTV? Google it. And when they had the shopping tab, I thought that was stupid. They got rid of it. Good. But they're in the right direction right now, and it's 100% worth building a long-term sustainable Instagram audience. And I am pessimistic that automation would help you do that. So thank you so much for watching. I think I give them 1.5 stars. This free trial isn't, because like the idea of interacting with people is good, but they don't help you with content. It is automation. Interacting with people is good. And maybe I just gave them 1 star. I don't know. You'll see it on the end screen. But yeah, don't automate on Instagram. Don't break Instagram's terms of service. Be good to Instagram. Instagram will be good to you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.